What is up, guys? Another macro video here today for you, and we're just going to go over two quick ones. And the first one is going to be a execute sniping, right? So we've all, well, I assume most of us have heard of it. Basically what it does is a mouseover macro, so you can super quick just snipe those ads that are near you when we're fighting bosses, Archimon, etc. So how does it work? Well, you know, this is our main boss. Gurren right here needs to die. He's our target. We've been told by a raid leader, kill him. Range will look after the ads. But, you know, they're there. They're right in front of us. They're under 20%. Execute so much damage for arms right now. So we're going to hit sweeping strikes. And you can just mouse over the nameplates or the character. It doesn't matter, but usually nameplates are better. And we're just going to hit boom. Like, so we haven't had to change target. We just execute something near us. We've got sweeping strikes up. We've just done not only 300k to the ad, which is huge on the DPS meters, and also on the rankings as well, which is always very nice. We've also hit the boss as well for like 114k, 50% of that damage, which is actually more than a mortal strike generally. So it really is good, but don't try and cheese too much. Make sure that you are near the boss enough to get the sweeping strikes damage, and make sure that you're not like running around like a lunatic, losing DPS and downtime to make sure that you're hitting the executes. So, okay guys, second macro is going to do two things. It's going to allow you to charge and rend a target without actually having to target it. So let's look at the macro very quickly. So it's a little bit more complicated. We've got at focus exists. At focus exists for charge and rend. That means that if we have a focus and it does exist, we are going to charge and rend that target. If that's not there, it's going to charge and rend boss number 1. Now, boss number 1 looks at your boss frames. In this case, it'll be the top one. And then we got boss number 2, boss number 3, boss number 4, boss number 5. Pretty standard. So boss number 1. That's going to be Archimon, Zolorak, Tyrant, anything like that. It's going to be the main target of the fight generally. And I made this macro specifically for Dia Darkwhisper. I also have a weakaura that I'm going to put in the description. And let's just see it work though. Obviously I can't do it with the boss frames because we're not in a dungeon, but I'll show you how it works with the focus. So we're going to focus that. This is now our focus, but we don't have to target it now. We can target my enchanting buddy or whatever, or just have no target. It doesn't matter, but it's always going to charge, and it's going to apply a rend, as we can see here, to that target. So how else is this coming useful? Well, Dia Darkwhisper is, like I said, is the main reason I made it. It's because under a set, well, you know, once Gertog Blood Boil is dead, you're going to want to charge over to Dia Darkwhisper, apply a rend, and then charge back. So whenever you have 2 stacks of charge over there, apply rend, charge back. This way I don't have to target her. I can just press one button, it charges me over there and charges me back. Cool, good stuff. Now, how else is this useful? Well, the reason I added the at boss 1, the focus on the cast on boss 1, is because I wanted it to be useful on other fights as well. So if I'm fighting Zolorak, for example, I'm usually on the ad, right? You know, you sweeping strikes off the ad and you cleave onto the boss, and then because the boss shares health with the ad, you're actually hitting the boss twice, and then you're also hitting the ad for loads of damage, and yeah, the arms is crazy good stuff on that. But you have to keep switching over. You have to go, right, now I want to reapply that to there, and I'm going to apply that to there. It takes a bit of time, and you probably, over the course of the whole fight, you might be losing 2 or 3 GCDs just through reapplying rend, which is kind of silly really. So what I've done is this macro, all I have to do, I can apply rend to this as normal, and I can just hit that other button, that other macro, and that will actually apply rend to this target without needing to target it. It's super easy. I can rend it as much as I like. As long as I'm standing reasonably close to it, it's going to keep applying rend to it. And if I do happen to get out of range for some reason, it's going to charge back as well. So super useful. I will put the link in the description. I also have a weakaura for the Dia Darkwhisper fight that I can put in the description as well. And yeah, cheers guys. See you next time.